Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Bloons City Battles on the channel. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day as usual. We are going to go ahead and start off where we left off yesterday. There's a few things I need to talk about in this episode. One thing was, it was actually a comment I left in the last video, or two, I think it was two comments. But something I was kind of thinking about was, there was a lot of the same players that have wanted to play with me. And what I was kind of thinking about that is, like, if there's new players that want to play with me, I'll probably play with them first if I've already played with the other people. I'll play with the people that want to play me, with like the new people that want to play me, and then I will play them in a few matches. And then if no one new wants to play with me, then what I could do was, like, one of the players that I've already previously played with, I could play with them again and we could record it. But we could do something different. So, like, if we did, let's say, if we did a best of three, then we could play, or no, if we did two best of threes, and I recorded them, then we could do a late game, or if we did a best of three in a late game, then we could do like a random trio, bonanza or something like that. I don't know, but basically, what I was kind of thinking about was, basically, if I'm playing with a player I've already played with in the past, I can play with them again, or like we can play again, but we can switch up kind of the game modes or how we play, because the main problem I had with that before was I didn't want to play with the same players because they have the same playing style, like because everyone plays their own way in this game, and I didn't want them to. I didn't want to keep playing with the same player that has the same playing style because you wouldn't learn anything new. It's no offense to anyone that I play with. I just don't really want to play with like the same play style because I wanna switch up the play styles, so we can learn something new and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. So if any players that have played me in the past have wanted to play with me again, and then I said that we already, like, because I was saying before, like, if we played more than a couple games, then we would just play for fun and not record it. But to the people I said that to, and to anyone new, anyone can play me again. We just have to do something different than what we did before, and we can record it. So I just thought I should make that clear. I hope that is a good idea. Let me know if you guys would like that idea. I thought it was a pretty decent idea, but we're going to hop right back into our late game. We did start back off on round 55. And the thing that was a little unfortunate was, it wasn't unfortunate, but in this, when you go to replays, I don't think there's a way of speeding it up apart from this button down here. Which this button does speed it up quite a bit, but there's no way you can, like, skip to a certain part in the actual game. So all I did was I clicked this to speed up, and what I should have done is I should have left the other game on pause, but I closed it. So when I opened this back up, I waited for the game to fast forward all the way to around 55. And I'm not blaming that on the game or anything, like on things that should have been in the game. I'm blaming that on myself. I just thought I should make fun of myself. So I like to make fun of myself a lot, so that's kind of why I do. So yeah, I spent about 15 minutes waiting to get to round 55 because I closed the game yesterday. So yeah, that was pretty dumb of me, but it's fine. We're here now, so I'm actually kind of surprised on how fast these rounds are going. It's already went 7 rounds. I feel like it hasn't been 8 rounds, actually. I feel like it hasn't even been that long yet. But something I did notice in this game is that I did play the last, like, extremely late game I played was with Awesome Clasher quite a while ago, actually. And when I was playing against him, my placement of my towers, there was a lot of spaces between the placements of my towers and stuff like that. And one thing I did notice is that in this late game, I actually got a decent amount better at that. I don't really have many blank spaces anymore. There is still a few. Like, I'll actually show you guys. Can I find my mouse? Okay. So there's a couple blank spaces down here. There's a lot of blank spaces in between temples that I should have used. But the only reason I kind of didn't, mostly because I couldn't see it because these balloons were in the way, but also because I already had a temple advantage over Blizzard. So to be honest, those technological terrors probably wouldn't have. I don't know. I was in the lead by a temple, so I didn't feel like I needed to really use those spaces. Um, I probably should have, but I don't know why I didn't. But something I'm still a little confused on is I'm not sure why Blizzard wasn't going for. When we were actually talking on Discord, I thought he was completely lying by saying he had like literally no eco, but he actually he wasn't. I think what he was doing is, as you can see, he just used the Ice Tower ability. I think what he was just doing was instead of going for eco, just putting down Ice Towers and ninjas or sabotages and the Ice Tower and just freezing and slowing down and stuff like that. I think that's what he was just planning on doing, like selling and rebuying. Which, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Because when you have your whole map filled up with temples, it's not a bad idea. But the only thing was he didn't have like all of those blank spaces filled in with technological terrors. So I don't really know why. He seems to be doing well with money anyways, so I mean I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I just wondered why. But we're doing pretty well right now. We have about 35 technological terrors. But pretty much, like when we're talking on Discord, I'm pretty sure this was around the time when he was like begging me to rush him, because he knew I had a lot more eco than he did, because he had to switch from farms to eco. And it was kind of, I don't know. I kind of had mixed feelings about that, about rushing him. Like I wanted to rush him because I didn't just want to be like, I didn't just want to like, just go for the like guaranteed win. Like I wanted to kind of have more fun with that. Like I didn't just want to be like, okay, I'm just gonna keep all this eco, and I mean it's not wrong to be the person that does that, but like I don't know. I just felt like I was gonna kill the mood if I just, because I trusted him, and when he said he had like no eco and he had like no money, so later on I do start to rush him, and I have 1.6 million. I think I do start rushing him in a few rounds, with a lot of ZOMG gods. So I'm not really sure what round we did that, but I know it was soon because I think it was around, I don't know, was it around, I think it was around 70 or something I rushed him. I'm not really sure when I did, but I'm still not really sure how he keeps using those abilities and he still manages to make money. I know it is 500, I know 500 eco is $500 every like 6 or 7 seconds, so it could actually replace the Ice Towers and Ninjas pretty well, but I don't know. So he does rush me with a fast cooldown. Oh my god, that was a really fast oh my god as well. I just slow it down low and use all my technological terrors, and that's a pretty easy defend. Just because the amount of popping power I have combined with the map, with how long this map is, it was pretty easy to pop that oh my god. It was very fast though, which I was kind of terrified at first. But I do start my rush on Blizzard because this was the round near the rounds where he was begging me to rush him. So I did. He has 0 eco and $40. When he actually told me that at the time, I did not believe him at all. But he actually had $40 and 0 eco. I did not realize that. I thought he was lying, but the reason I thought he was lying was because throughout the whole thing he was kind of playing around with me because he was like, he was. So at some points he was being like kind of dramatic. I'm not like bad mouthing him or anything, but we were kind of playing around with each other back and forth because he would like talk in this kind of dramatic voice and he'd be like, "Oh, you beat me. Oh, you got me." He didn't do it in like a mean way or anything like that. He was doing it to kind of like joke around with me. It was pretty funny. But yeah. So that's what he was kind of doing. Like the balloons, he actually had me going too. The balloons were getting to the end, and he started acting. He was like, "Oh my God, you beat me. I'm so screwed. You got me. You beat me." Which I'm not gonna lie, I fell for the trap. I did. But But I just got so confident with the amount of ZOMG gods that were on his screen. But I guess I just underestimated the power of the ice towers and the sabotage ninjas. So, yeah, they're a lot more powerful than I thought they were. And I honestly can't believe that he's at $40 and he's still defending this. That's kind of crazy. I'm fairly sure all he's doing is like buying and reselling his ice towers and ninjas and stuff to keep slowing down everything. But I don't even know how he would see where those towers are. Like, how would he not accidentally sell a temple? Although it'd probably not be difficult to accidentally sell a temple, because when you click on a temple, you can see that it's a temple. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I honestly fell for his trap, because those oh my gods were getting very close to the end, and God, it was so funny. We were talking in Discord. I really wish I had the audio from the Discord, because it was really funny listening to him. He was doing this for like the last 10-20 rounds. He kept like acting and saying like he was about to lose and stuff like that, and it was pretty funny. But I honestly, like, those oh my gods are so close to the end of his screen and he's still defending them. I don't know how he's doing that, and I don't know how he still has $40. Cuz he couldn't eco at this point, cuz you can't eco with $40, cuz I'm pretty sure a pink balloon is like more than $40. So I don't know how he could even do this, to be honest. But he rushed me as long as he could, and I wanted to make. I didn't just want to like sit back and not rush him, so I fell for his trap. I didn't originally want to rush him, but I don't know. His acting was so good. Like, he baited me into rushing him. It was a pretty good bait, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I did rush him. I was rushing him constantly, and throughout this whole time, I was actually getting really nervous, because I thought he was just playing around with me. Because he played around with me in like the like rush part, so I thought he was like lying to me when he and no, and again, this is not like serious or anything. We were joking around to each other. So when I say lying, I mean like playfully, like I mean like we were having fun, talking back and forth, lying. I don't mean like anything serious or anything like that. But I thought he was I thought he was lying to me, because about his $40, but he wasn't. Which I'm actually really glad. I'm actually kind of glad I couldn't actually use the footage, because again, I've said this many times in the past, I really like replay mode, because I never would have known he actually had $40, because it was really difficult to tell what he was saying was true and what was not. Because he like baited me for like half the game, saying that he was about to lose, and I got really nervous. I did, because he's a really good player, and I didn't know if he was lying about how much money he had. Which on his screen, the Moabs and Bloons the Moabs and BFBs and oh my gods are getting so far. I thought I had him finished for sure here, but somehow he manages to defend, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how he still defended it. He must just be selling and rebuying just ice towers and ninjas and stuff like that. So because he's still defending them, but they're getting really far into his screen. Actually, I don't. Now that he has 2 sabotages and 2 ice. I don't know what that power is called. The ice slowdown thing. So he had 2 of both of those, and I think what he was doing was just waiting for them to like regenerate. Which is actually kind of crazy, because when you get late game and you have maxed out all the towers on your screen. Well, I mean, he didn't, but he maxed out all the temples on his screen. He literally stayed at $40 and just kept. I don't know why he. Oh wait, no, he didn't glue storm. He spike storm it and damage boost, which I'm pretty sure did a lot of damage. But I thought he had like a magic trick up his sleeve, because when he did that, I thought I was screwed for sure. Cause I was just kind of telling myself that I'm still gonna beat him. I'm still gonna beat him. Cause I was getting kind of worried that he baited me into rushing him, and then I would waste all my money, and then he would still have all his money left. So, but he doesn't have any money, which I know now. But again, it was like really difficult to tell like what he was what he was saying was true or what he was saying was false, because I didn't know. He was acting it really well, and I like it. So he used all his spike storms, which I don't know if that spike storm damage boost did anything. I mean, it looked like it did, but I don't really know. I'm not really sure how much damage it would have actually done. But this second episode is going to be probably a few minutes longer than the first one, just because these later rounds take so much longer. As you can see, our screens are just filled with Moabs, BFBs, oh my gods. So these later rounds definitely take quite a while to actually get through. One thing I kind of want to try, I've seen it a couple of times as well, is like getting the highest eco you can. Cause like just spamming the map, like instead of going like factories, just go banks. The only problem with that is you couldn't really go late game with it. And it would be banks. From what I've heard and from what I've actually seen, are not good in Bonanza, because Bonanza you want to just use it like regular farms and factories and stuff, because they actually give you more banana money. But with banks, I don't think they give you more money in Bonanza. But the kind of crazy part was that these amount of Moabs and BFBs and Oh My Gods that were on the screen, somehow it seems like they were at the end of our screens, like at the end of the map, like all game, and we somehow are still like managing to pop them. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of terrifying as well, seeing all those Oh My Gods on your screen at the same time. But once they get to like Moabs at the end, it's pretty easy to just pop the Moabs. So unless you see a Oh My God near the end, it's not really like doesn't really have a chance of going through. So as you can see, we are now down to 600,000. We've officially used $1 million on Oh My Gods. I don't know why I said officially, but we've used over $1 million on Oh My Gods, and he's still defending, and I'm getting a little worried because again, I thought he had like way more eco than what he was letting on, but he actually didn't. He managed to defend with $40 and 0 eco. I don't know how he's still defending, to be completely honest. But I just realized there was a timer right here. I kept like, I set like a 25-minute timer on my phone so I could record half of it, and I just realized there was a timer right here. Is this time going slower actually? Did it start lagging to the point where the time went slower? Or is that actual time? No, I don't think that's actual speed. That's interesting. Also, I'm not really sure why this lagged. I played it on PC and it still lagged. It ran a lot better than it did on my phone, because my phone, I mean, it's not the greatest phone, but it's okay. So, yeah. This game must, I think my computer's either bad or this game actually takes a lot more power than what it's letting on. What I mean by power is like, I don't know why I just used Glue Storm, by the way. But, although there's really no point in saving Glue Storm anyways, because Glue Storm doesn't do anything against Moabs and BFBs and Oh My Gods, so. But our screens are full of Oh My Gods, and we're still defending. I honestly thought this was Blizzard's last couple straws here. Those Moabs were getting so far. And he doesn't have any sabotage or ice slowdown. I'm just gonna call it ice slowdown because I don't know what it actually is. But he doesn't even have those, and he's still surviving. Those Moabs are getting really far though, but they're still not managing to get through. We are defending a lot better on our side just because we have a lot more technological terrors. But Blizzard can't even afford anything anymore because he can't even get one pink balloon, so he literally can't afford anything anymore. But yeah, so I just realized that if the time goes slower, I didn't really think about the fact that these later rounds, since it lags, it goes slower. So this episode's gonna be a lot longer than I thought it would be. because the seconds are taking like 2 seconds, which is, I mean, it's not a problem. It's just gonna be a longer episode. I don't really mind it. Um, but I mean, yeah, we're just the only thing I dislike about late game games is that is kind of like this. They get really long, and near these ending rounds, like near rounds like I'd say 70 and up or 60 and up, it starts running a lot slower, meaning the time is longer. Which I mean, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes like doing these later games, not the 2 games we played, but doing games like super late like doing late games of like round 50 or below, I'm fine with. But like, I mean, I'm fine with this too. But what I'm trying to say is like extremely late games. The reason why I only do extremely late games once in a while, like maybe once every couple weeks or so, because this is my second like extreme late game in like I don't know, a good couple months. Because my last extreme late game was with Awesome Clasher. But the reason I don't like to do these too often is because they can kind of drain me from the game, like drain me from enjoying the game, because the rounds taking this long, it just kind of gets boring, and it kind of drains my enjoyment a lot more than just doing a regular game. So that's kind of why I don't do extreme late games very often. So that the times when I do actually do these extreme late games, I do enjoy it. But yeah, that's kind of why I don't do them too often. Now late games like round 50 or so, I could probably do a little more often, just because around 50 and below, it doesn't lag. I mean, obviously, if you don't have like, or if you play on this mobile and you don't have a very good phone like mine, actually, before I thought that when I played on someone with mobile, because when I first played Awesome Clasher on mobile or on Bloons City Battles, I played on mobile because I don't know why I thought this, but I thought that what am I trying to say? I thought that you had to play on mobile to play with another mobile player, but you don't. You can play on Steam with mobile players, which I realized afterward, and I felt like an idiot. But as you can see, we completely got drained from money. So now we have 0 eco, and we are starting to grind once again with pinks. Now, what I'm thinking I kind of should have done now is that made a lot of sense. Is probably just like wasted all my money and stuff, and just placed down towers. But again, at the time, I didn't know for sure if Blizzard was telling the truth about his 0 eco, because he was just acting it out really well throughout the whole game. It was actually really funny, and I've said this multiple times, but he acted it out so well. I thought he was baiting me. I thought he baited me into doing that rush. So I was kind of terrified at this point, because I thought he had like really high eco, and I thought I was screwed, because I thought I just threw the game by sending that rush. But it actually turns out that that was not true at all, because he actually has 0 eco and $40, which was kind of crazy. But I'm pretty sure we've been recording for like 10 minutes, and it's only went 5 minutes. So these 15 minutes... Hold on, let's do the math here. So if it goes up 1 second, I'm looking at this clock by the way. So if it goes up 1 second, and that 1 second is 2 seconds, if not 3 seconds, let's just say it's 2. So 15 minutes would be 30 minutes. So we've been recording for 5 minutes. So technically, or no, we've been recording for these 5 minutes. So it's probably been 10 minutes. So if we record 15 minutes more, it's going to be 30 minutes. I hope this isn't a 40-minute episode. That would kind of suck. I say that because I don't really like long episodes, because I just see them as boring. And I got a couple comments on last video saying that that they're glad that I split up into 2 episodes, because 50-minute episode would be really long, which I'm glad you guys see it that way too, because that's the way I see it as well. But at this point in the game, if you look on Blizzard's side, it does look like he is very close to dying here. Um, and something else, I'm not really sure. Actually, no. I was gonna say I'm not really sure how many times I've played Blizzard, but if I have played Blizzard more than twice, and I recorded it, the only reason for that was I should have clarified this before I actually probably uploaded this. I should have clarified that what I said earlier about if I play with the same people, then we just have to switch up the game modes. I do apologize for not making that clear before I start uploading this, like part 1, part 2, like this late game is what I'm trying to say. I should have made that clear before I uploaded this late game, because I don't want to like make anyone upset because I told them I didn't want to like record another game with them or anything like that. That wasn't my intent at all, so I apologize for anyone that I upsetted or anything like that. Upsetted? Is that a word? I think it is. Anyone that, if I made anyone upset, because I told them that like I didn't want to play. Like if we did play, we would just play it for fun and not record it. I hope I didn't upset anyone saying that. I should have made that clear before this game because I'm not really sure how many times me and Blizzard have played. But I do remember playing him quite a bit, like a few games. I was looking on my channel and I think I only saw like I think 2 games. But I might be wrong. I might have to look more thoroughly when I check again. But again, I do apologize if I made anyone upset or anything like that. I should have made like what I was thinking about. I should have made that idea clear before I uploaded this late game. Just so I was being fair to everyone. I should have done that. Which that was my bad. I'll make sure to do that next time. Yeah, next time I do anything like that, I'll make sure to let you guys know before I upload a video. Like about it or anything like that, because the last thing I want to do is upset any of you guys. So yeah, we are back up at 10,000 eco somehow. I guess like Bonanza eco is actually pretty good. The pinks that we were using, which I think is the best balloon for eco. I'm not sure. I think it's there was black balloons, like fast cooldown black balloons, if that's the thing. I think it is. I'm not really sure, but I think I saw some other players using those, which I might try next time as well. I just kind of stick to the really fast cooldown pink balloons because those are all kind of like the best I know for eco. If they're not, I don't know. I guess I'll do some research and figure that out for next time. But yeah, basically. This is this is pretty much all we did. I really do wish I had the audio, because it probably would have been a lot more entertaining, to kind of hear us kind of talking back and forth. The only thing I kind of got annoyed by myself at was I said not in like I said it in a joking way, obviously, but I was like I said. Like Blizzard was lying. When we were talking to each other, I was like, "No, you got to be lying. There's no way you have 0 eco." But he actually did. So I'm not really. I can't believe he actually defended that with 0 eco and $40. Because he kept telling me that, and he kept telling me that I beat him, which I didn't believe. I thought he was just playing around with me when he said that. So I was like terrified. I was like terrified that he would still take me out, but he just kept saying that, and I was like, no, you gotta be lying, what do you mean? Which was kind of annoying because I said it like a million times. I got annoyed at myself for saying that. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to cut this into 3 parts. I might have to cut this into 3 parts because I think we've been recording for 20 minutes and I don't want I don't know. I don't know if I should make this 3 parts, but I don't just want to sit here for 40 minutes and bore you guys. So I think at 40, I'm gonna call it quits. I think I've been recording for about 20 or so minutes. which is usually like the max I go to when recording a video, just so it doesn't get too long and I don't bore any of you guys out. So at about 40, I wasn't planning on making a third part to this, but I didn't realize that the time slows down. I completely forgot, and I didn't realize that when the game starts to lag, the time slows down as well, which I did not take into account. So I do apologize for that. That was my bad. But we will pause it at 4. There we go. So when looking back over the recording, this was actually a 30-minute episode, not a 20-minute episode. So I do apologize for the longer episode. I usually like to keep episodes around 20 minutes or so, and I did not keep track of it as well as I should have. So I do apologize for that, but hope you guys did enjoy this 30-minute episode. Part 3 will be coming out tomorrow. Thank you guys for sitting through a 30-minute episode. I know it was a long episode, but hope you guys did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next episode.